Hello my folks, and this is another episode of Closed-Minded Philosophy. And I want to just start off by saying, don't spoil your kids. Now, why do I say that? Well, spoiling your kids is not beneficial to your kids. And you ever heard the saying, you could give a man a fish, or you could teach a man how to fish? Why is that saying so important? When you reach adulthood to where you can consider yourself grown, what are the key elements that you should have in order to be able to survive as an adult, as a grown person? And I feel like one of those key elements, I mean, there are others, but one of those very key elements is independence. I mean, adulthood is all about independence. Being grown is all about independence, because you're on your own now. You grown, you on your own. Or that's how it's supposed to be. I know these days, it's a little different, but I still go by that concept. You call yourself grown, you should be on your own. I know there's exceptions here and there for, things, but in general, you want to call yourself grown, you should be on your own. You should have independence. So, with that being said, you don't want to give a man a fish, because if you give a man a fish, he becomes dependent on you giving him a fish. You haven't gave him the tools that it would take to survive as a fisherman. Same thing goes with children. If you spoil a child, you take away you giving them the tools to be able to provide for themselves and do for themselves when they become adults. Because, it starts as a baby. And a lot of these parents just want to spoil the kids. They want to overbuy for this, overbuy for that. Basically, that becomes a mindset of the child. You might think I'm going overboard, but think about it. If a kid grows up just getting whatever they want, just, whether they deserve it or not, by their behavior or their academic achievements, you just give it to them. And you just overdo it. Just overdo it. They become dependent on that. Don't you understand that? A lot of these spoiled brats never truly become independent, because they've become so used to somebody doing for them that how will they be able to reach independence? And I think spoiling is also a mindset of the parent too, because when you think about it, it's a certain mindset that makes you want to keep giving a kid more and more things that they don't necessarily need. Now, don't bend my words, or don't bend my logic. Treat the kid good. Definitely treat the kid good, reward the kid. I'm not saying that. But when it comes to this idea of spoiling, I mean, when you're barely making ends meet, when you're making a bean a week, and you talking about buying your kid a $1,200 stroller, you're already on the wrong track. When your 2-3-year-old has an iPad, not one of these kid tablets, an iPad, you're on the wrong track. When your 5-year-old is walking around with an iPhone and got all the apps and all that, you're on the wrong track. That's all I'm trying to say. I feel like if you want to start a kid off with that type of lifestyle, as they get older, the demand increases, and they don't have the means or even the drive to do on their own. They're just going to look to you. Every time they want something, they're just going to look to you to give them and overgive. They're going to feel entitled. And that's the word entitled, that's a strong word right there. And they're going to feel entitled to things, all because you spoiled them. And once they cross that threshold of being young to where the law looks at them as adults, they're still going to feel entitled. They're still going to feel like, I want this, that should be given to me, because I don't know how to go out and get it. Nobody's taught me that. I was always given a fish. So basically, that's what I talk about when I say don't spoil your kids. Treat your kids good. Treat your kids fabulous. But don't spoil them. And, you know, I just had my daughter, and a lot of people come up to me. Say, I know you want to spoil her. I know it's going to be this. I know it's going to be that. But it's not. I'm going to definitely treat my daughter well. But spoiling, no. Because as a parent, I'm supposed to do things that's beneficial for my daughter. Spoiling is not beneficial to the kid. I just explained that, so I'm not going to go back over that. But when you look at it, spoiling is not beneficial to the kid. It's actually detrimental to the kid. So, you know, take heed. This has been another episode of Closed-Minded Philosophy. I'm MC.
Enjoy this limitless air, sky's the limit. I ain't trying to limit your stairs, but I ain't gonna spoil your rotten apple dies, let me get clear. Rotten food tastes sour, and I ain't trying to be cynical here, but I ain't raising lemons in here, this is first fruits. And I'm picky with the pickings I bear, my love is strong and it's sticky, it'll stick to your dad.